Hello students, this is Devesh Gupta, Assistant Professor in JCRC Engineering College, Jaipur, Rajasthan. Today I am discussing a topic wet and dry etching. Before starting the topic, I would like to explain the outlines of the lecture. First, I will discuss the physical mechanism of the wet etching methods, immersion wet etching, spray wet etching, important factors like uniformity, etch control. After that, dry etching, and in the dry etching I will discuss features of the dry etching process, etch rate, plasma, anisotropic, uniformity, selectivity, and after that plasma. Uh, the next topic is wet etching. Basically, wet etching is a process in which chemical etching is used for the product which feature size greater than 2 mm. In the wet etching, generally we use a chemical to etch a substrate or a wafer, and the product size or substrate size always greater than 2 mm. In the wet etching, the advantage of wet etching are: first is smooth and shiny layer, second is fast etching rate. In the wet etching, the etching rate is very fast comparatively other etching process. Simple and the direct etching, atmospheric environment. In the wet etching, the ordinary atmospheric environment is required. They do not any specific type of environment or temperature. The cost is very less, and good etching uniformity across the wafer. Fine. The next is the disadvantage of the wet etching. The mainly disadvantage of wet etching is no control for precising etching. This is not a precising method. uh, and dry method, we will discuss in next slides, is comparatively precise as compared wet etching. The next is a etching methods. In the etching methods, first is a immersion wet etching. Immersion wet etching, basically it is for the silicon dioxide, silicon nitrate, and aluminum. The steps of this wet etching: the wafer are immersed in a tank of an etchant solution for a specific time for the wet chemical reaction and between the etchant and the etched material to occur. After that, transfer to a rinse station for a acid removal, and the process acid removal has been completed. Then the transfer to a station for the final rinse and a spin dry step. And final etching uniformity and the process control can be enhanced by the addition of the heater and the agitation devices. The advantage of this method is: first is the simplest and the most economical technique, good selectivity, and particle contaminants can be filtered. These are the features of this etching method. Next is spray wet etching. The spray wet etching also for silicon dioxide, silicon nitrate, and aluminum. The steps are: first is etchant are sprayed onto the surface of etched film in surplus, covering all surface area to be etched for a specific time. The water is then spread onto the surface of etched film for etchant removal, and finally rinse and spin dry. The advantage over the immersion etching is the added definitions gained from the mechanical pressure of the spray. The spray etching also minimize the contaminations for the etchants, and this is also a more controllable technique. Uh, in the add-on of advantage of these techniques, first is better etching uniformity, use less uh, it use less amount of chemical, faster etching process than immersion technique. Now the disadvantage of this technique: system cost is very high, safety consideration also considerable in this process, and it required and each resistance material used for the system to prevent the deterioration of the machine. Uh, the goal of the etching is uniformity and control. The uniformity, first is uniformity. Uniformity is defined as the percentage changes in each rate across the entire etched region. With the help of these diagrams, we can easily understand the uniform and non-uniform. The second is each control. Each rate is defined as the amount of film each in the given time, and the complete and incomplete etching process also understood by given these diagrams. Next is isotropic and isotropic etch. Isotropic and anisotropic both are when we talk about the isotropic etching also known as a wet etching, and anisotropic also known as dry etching. With the second diagram we can easily understand isotropic. Always in isotropic we use a chemical process, and we use chemicals to etch the etchant or substrate or a wafer. So sometime it removes some wanted space also, but when we go for the anisotropic it always etch very precisely, and we can save our wanted substrate also. And third one is a completely anisotropic. So third one is most desirable condition for etching process. Now next is a dry etching. As I told in last slide, dry etching also known as a anisotropic etching. The dry etching, the material removal reaction occur in the gas phase. In this dry etching we never use chemicals, we always use gases, different type of gases, and some ionization also occur in this process. The type of dry etching, non-plasma and the plasma based. And the dry etching each rate, the dry etching in will also discuss uniformity and selectivity. This is another diagram which is easily distinguished between anisotropic and isotropic etching. Next one is anisotropic. Anisotropic are traveling mainly in the direction perpendicular to the wafer surface. Uniformity achieve microscopic uniformity in the etching process wafer, and between wafer can be problem because of variation of etch rate and dependence of profile on pattern, density and feature sizes. And selectivity is defined as the rate of the etching one film with respect to the film under the same conditions, and chemicals wet etch are generally more selective than plasma etchants. Now the advantage of the dry etching is first is eliminates the handling of the dangerous acid and the solvents. Second is use small amount of chemicals. Third is directional etching without using the crystal orientation of silicon. High resolution and cleanliness, less undercutting, and last one is better process control. Now the disadvantage of dry etching: some gases are quite toxic and corrosive, and second is a deposition to no volatile compounds. Third is need for specialization, expensive equipment. So by these we can understand easily the advantage and disadvantage of dry etching. Now third is the plasma. When the plasma, we will discuss the plasma. Plasma is always equal to partially ionized gas consisting of equal number of positive ions and electrons charge and different number of neutral molecules. An ion electrons pair is continuously created by ionization and destroyed by the recombinations. Typically the kinetic energy of the electrons is generally for the plasma is 2 to 8 electrovolt. We can understand this plasma formation with the help of this diagram. This is a plasma etching step. First, the chamber which we are using for the plasma formation should be evacuated. The chamber should be filled with the gas and RF energy is applied to the pair of electrode. After that, applied energy accelerated the electrons, increasing kinetic energy, and the electrons collide with the neutral gas molecules, forming ions and more electrons. After that, the steady state is reached, and this condition is called plasma. In this condition, ionization is always equal to recombinations. The plasma discharge is characterized by the central glow or bulk region and the dark of sheath region near electrodes. The bulk region always equal to semi-neutral and sheath region is always near all the potential drop. In this process, the pressure should be maintained 1 Pascal to 750 Pascal with the gas density 27 multiplied 10 to power 14 to 2 multiplied 10 to power 17 molecule per centimeter cube. So this is the complete process of plasma formation. We can easily understand in this diagram by using this diagram this process. Hope you understand all the three topics which I discussed in this lecture. Definitely these should be beneficial for you. Thank you.